Hello, thank you, and welcome to class. My name is Thais Woodson, and I'll be your instructor for GED Test Prep 2022. If you are in class in person, the way that I begin class is to go around, get everyone's names, and everyone is allowed to say just a little bit about themselves so that way we get familiar with each other. But I do appreciate anyone who is watching this online, and that is the way you will be taking class. Now, the first thing that we go over after introductions is whys. Why are you getting your GED? Why is it important to you? In addition, who is actually within that why? In other words, is it maybe your children? Maybe you have a support system with maybe your parents, even close friends or close relatives. You know, your cheering team, someone that says to you, hey, you've got this, you can do this. But first, it's very important for you to write down your why. Not only do we give the whys in class, just to be able to hear ourselves say why we're getting our GED and who is our support system. But also, it's very important that you write this down. And the reason being is because anything that's written down is actually a goal. That is something that I truly believe. And also, if you're not writing your whys down, you know what? To me, it's just a dream. What you want to do is you always want to shoot for the stars, and you want to write down your goals. Now, as you're here, because one of your goals is for you to get your GED. And then also, you could be here because maybe you're in high school now and you could use a little bit of help in these subjects. All right, so let's get started. Just a bit of house rules for when you are in class in person, and that is to first pay close attention, of course. Also, be an active listener. You always want to make sure that you have blocked out things around you so that you can actively listen. In other words, you want to turn your cell phone at least on vibrate, if not off, while you're in class. Make sure that, of course, you always respect others. Also, participate. You learn more and you're able to retain information the more you participate. And ask questions. No question is a dumb question. Always ask questions if you need to. If I do not know the answer, I will research and get back to you with the correct answer. And you want to definitely study in between these slides, in between these presentations and this instruction. You want to be studying on your own. And that is always to continue with what we've learned in class. And then that way, when the next class comes, you're ready for the next class. You're ready to go. It helps to retain the information. You want to have good study methods, and that's actually something that we're going to touch upon later. And last but of course not least, believe in yourself. You can do this. Okay? Yes, it does take a while. You're covering 4 years of high school. However, you can do this. You can get through this. There are going to be times that you do not want to attend class, and there are going to be times when you just may not be feeling up to it mentally. So what you want to do is you want to remember your whys. That takes us back to your whys. You want to, and the reason why you want to have those written down. Notice that on the screen you'll see two quotes, one that I came up with and one from a gentleman named Robert Cheek. And the one that I came up with is that if you do not mentally prepare, you are setting yourself up for failure. The second by Mr. Cheek is mentally prepare ourselves for excellence. Block out the noise of everyday distractions and tap into the quietness of meaningful focus, intent, and a winning mindset. The reason why these are so important is that if you do not mentally prepare, then you more than likely will not succeed. It is as big a part of your preparation as any. This is not going to be easy. You will have some challenges, and life is going to continue to happen along the way. However, you want to always put your best foot forward and try to keep going. And try to keep going. You will feel so much better and so proud of yourself once you continue this course. One way to stay focused is to understand that you do not have to stop here. Getting your GED is not a final destination. So you want to think, well, what will I do after I get my GED? What is the benefit of me having this? What am I doing? Am I going to college perhaps? Or am I going to embark on a new job, a new career? And will I perhaps consider opening my own business? There are so many possibilities from here, and that's something that you want to consider. And again, you want to write these things down, not just think about them. You want to write them down. They are goals. Whenever we prepare for success, we should first analyze who we are and what kept us from achieving this thus far. The reason for this is that if you are real with who you are, you can opt to change your behavior. For example, maybe you did not get to finish high school for reasons like getting in trouble with the law, maybe pregnancy, maybe it was a financial reason, dropping out of school, lack of support, major troubles at home, even conforming. Maybe you had friends that dropped out hanging around with the wrong crowd. Once you are real with yourself about these things, you can opt to change those behaviors so that you have a much brighter future. Next, we're taking a look at affirmations. Affirmations are those little positive phrases that you should say to yourself, perhaps daily, even more than once a day, that just remind you of how amazing you are. They help with your self-esteem, help with your self-confidence, both of which will help to get you through this. For instance, as you can see, the first that I have here is I am amazing. Nothing wrong with saying that to yourself every day. Maybe when you look in the mirror in the morning. I can do anything I put my mind to is the second. Also, I am responsible for my future and I know I can make it successful. So why not you create your own affirmations? Here's some ideas for affirmations that definitely apply here. I call them educational affirmations. And here's some examples. And then you want to come up with some on your own and write those down and look at those every day and say them to yourselves. I can learn anything. I am willing to learn. I am willing to learn to spell better. I am eager to create educational milestones for myself. I am willing to learn more math. These are just some examples for you. Next, we're going to take a look at what's called SMART goals. Now, this is an acronym that I learned when I was in college with my educational endeavors. And what I'm going to do is show you how this coincides with you preparing to take your test. And actually, when you have anything that you are trying to do really in life, it's always best to have a plan as to how to prepare for those goals. The acronym stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. Whenever you are trying to accomplish something, you want to be able to break it down. You want to be able to write down exactly what it is that you're trying to achieve. That way, you can also always refer back to it. The S again stands for specific. Who is involved in what you're trying to achieve? What do you want to achieve? When do you want to achieve this? And why is that goal important to you? Remember your whys. The M again is measurable. How will I measure my progress? How will I know if my goal is achieved? A, achievable. Is it reasonable to complete the goal in the time allotted? I'll give an example of, say, you're trying to lose weight. you may want to lose 20 pounds. You would not probably set a goal to say that you want to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. That's not reasonable. So in other words, that's what we mean by the A stands for achievable. But you may want to say, well, I will try to lose 2 pounds per week because that would be more realistic. Next is relevant. Is the goal related to your overall success for yourself or maybe for a business or organization that you're with? The T is for time bound. How long should it take to accomplish the goal? When will I check on whether the goal is completed? And again, you want to make sure that your goal is reasonable and that your time that you're giving yourself is reasonable, or else you could feel like you haven't been able to achieve the goal, and that will only put a dent in your self confidence. Now, you may be looking at this part of the presentation and thinking, why is this entitled Mind Your Mental Health? What does that have to do with me accomplishing the goal of getting my GED? Well, I'll tell you, uh, my background is in criminal justice. That was my associate degree and my bachelor's, and then my master's is psychology. So I'm now a mental health counselor. I was asked to teach GED classes actually for an organization that I work for. Now, so what is important to me is that you want to always make sure that your mental and emotional health is intact before you can accomplish anything. Mental health refers to your overall psychological well being. It includes the way you feel about yourself, the quality of your relationships, and your ability to manage your feelings and deal with difficulties. Now, anyone can experience mental or emotional health problems, and over a lifetime, many of us will. So, you want to mind your mental health, and there are several ways that you can do this. Your social connections are important, especially face to face. Make those a priority. Phone calls and social networks, I mean, they have their place, but few things can beat the stress busting, mood boosting power of a quality face to face with time and other people that you care for, your friends, your family. Also, you want to stay active. Staying active is as good as food for the brain as it is for the body. Regular exercise and activity can have a major impact on your mental and emotional health. It also relieves stress, it helps improve your memory, and will help you sleep better. All of this is important when you're attempting to accomplish anything in life. Now, also, you want to keep your contacts open as far as talking to a friendly face. You know, in person, again, the social interaction with someone that cares, someone who is supporting you, someone who's on your team. I've heard fanning your flames. I like that one. But just people who are supportive that, you know, you may have even discussed that you're attempting to get your GED, and you know they're there to help you. They're there to say, you know what, you can do this. That's a way to stay calm and help relieve some stress. Also, you want to appeal to your senses, and I am one for being in touch with mindfulness. Now, you want to do things like listen to music that'll help, that calms most of us down. Use a stress ball. They're pretty popular nowadays and they really help. Also, things like taking a walk, you know, in nature, enjoying the sights. You know, maybe there's a nice breeze. You can enjoy the sound of the trees. All of that will also help to keep you calm and help you relax. You're going to need a lot of rest, you know, when you're doing something like trying to get your GED. You want to make sure that you, again, are with mindfulness yourself. Try look up mindfulness and try to get in touch with mindfulness. Things like yoga, other stress and relaxation techniques would be some deep breathing. All of these help to reduce overall stress. So you want to keep all of this in mind. Also, leisure time is important. It is a necessity for emotional and mental health. So, you want to take some time to relax. Pay attention to the positive things as you go about your day. Eating brain healthy food is also very important for strong mental health. There are foods that can boost your mood, such as fatty fish, rich in omega 3s, your nuts, like, your walnuts, cashews, almonds, and peanuts, even avocados, beans. There's green leafy vegetables such as spinach, kale, and Brussels sprouts that help, and fresh fruit like your blueberries. You don't want to skimp on sleep either. It matters more than you probably think. One way to get better sleep is to take a break from the stimulation of screens like your televisions, phones, tablets, computers, in about 2 hours before bedtime. I have read that and I think it's very important. I've tried that in the past couple of years and it definitely helps me. Also, you want to find purpose and meaning. Now this can be different for anyone. You might try one of the following, like engaging in work that makes you feel useful, invest in relationships and spend quality time again with people who matter. Volunteer. Volunteering is a way to show your gratitude for what you have in life and help others who are less fortunate. It actually can very much enrich your life and make you happier when you care for others. It can be very rewarding and meaningful as it is challenging as well. And get help if you need it. Remember, you're going to be on a new endeavor getting your GED, and if you need help, just say so. There is always someone I'm sure that you can talk to when you need help. So we are at the end here of the first presentation, and in the next, we will go into knowing what the GED consists of because you don't want any surprises. So do me a favor, stay with me. If you like the video, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you'll know when the next videos are posted to get you on track with getting your GED. Thank you. And again, my name is Thais Woodson. This is GED Test Prep 2022.